Hi everybody, this is Dan from Prayer Warriors with topic number 16. And what I'd like to discuss today is what about those that have never heard of Jesus? Well, I'm glad you asked. I used to question this even after becoming a believer for several years. One answer that the late Pastor Chuck Smith gave that I really like is, however God handles things, he will be fair. In everything we do know about God, he demonstrates in all areas that he is totally fair. And if we were on a battlefield and a buddy jumped on a grenade, saving your life, you wouldn't question his total character. I mean, you wouldn't say, yeah, that's great, but the dude owed me $10. I mean, how much more then should we revere Christ who's given us so much information about himself in the Bible? In essence, he jumped on a spiritual grenade for us. If someone is seriously seeking God, God will reveal himself, maybe in a step-by-step manner, but I believe he will. The TV show, for example, Travel the Road, demonstrated this in an episode in which they traveled to the reindeer people in Mongolia. It was an isolated family, and they had been visited by Korean missionaries the year before. The missionaries had left an illustrated Bible for the young boy living there. The boy loved the book, but the rest of the family was not totally convinced. One day, the father wanted to take the boy out into the woods to worship some pagan god. The little boy said that he wanted to worship Jesus instead. The father said he would worship Jesus only if he showed himself. When the family returned to their home tent, the two missionaries from Travel the Road were there waiting on them. As a result, the whole family became believers. Coinkydink? Nope. The coincidence is not a kosher word. Another answer is laid out in the book of Romans. Creation itself leaves people without excuse. There's so much design in creation that it points to a creator. Finally, more evidence after the Tower of Babel, when the people spread out, they brought with them echoes of the creation story. There are legends of giants, the flood, dragons, serpents that give man knowledge, including in the Greek, Norwegian, Native American, and Asian stories, and more. All languages that began in countries west of Israel read from left to right, such as English, Latin, Spanish. All of the languages that are east of Israel read from right to left. So like Sanskrit and Farsi and Chinese. Two languages east of Israel did later switch to left to right. One was due to a very popular newspaper geared for tourists, and that newspaper was left to right, so they eventually changed. The Chinese language in an ancient form has echoes of Genesis encoded. You can see it below in links. When the people spread out and had kids, they gradually drifted from believing in God. But that's not God's fault. They had knowledge of God to begin with. Parents were supposed to teach their children. If people would seek him, he would reveal himself. Now, Jesus came into his own, and his own knew him not. The religious leadership rejected him. When they confess their sin at a future date in the Great Tribulation, he will return. The prophet Hosea explains in Hosea 5:15, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense, that's singular, and seek my face. In their affliction they will seek me early. Salvation is free simply by confessing Jesus as Lord. Don't be hard-headed like I was for years and years. I'm not trying to win an argument. I just want to help you avoid the same cliff that I was headed to years ago. I hope this blesses you, and may God bless you.